Van Show. He's a monster on a mission to talk to lots of folks. Van Show.
Hey everybody, it's the Van Show! Hooray! Welcome. We are super excited because today we have the one and only Rebecca Stead. Say hello, Rebecca.
Hello Van. Hello
Hey.
everybody.
How's it going?
It's going great. I'm
Yeah?
so happy to be here.
Are you?
I am.
Yes! We love it when people are happy to be here. It makes for an awkward interview when they're not so happy to be here.
I'm sure.
Although you'd be surprised, we don't really run across a lot of people who feel obligated to talk to a puppet. Most people are like, oh yeah, I'll do that. That sounds fine. Pretty non-threatening. I don't have any teeth, so that helps. Anyway, sorry. This is not about me. This is about you, even though it is called the Van Show. It's really the Rebecca Show.
Just today.
Yes, for the next 10 minutes. So Rebecca, first of all, tell us where you're from.
I am from New York City.
Rebecca, we brought you on here because we want to talk to you about what you do. Mm-hmm. And you're an artist, an author.
Yes.
Which is a type of artist.
Yeah.
So I wanted to hear the story about how you became an artist. Can you like roll back the clock as far as you want and tell us where this story starts?
All right. Thanks for asking.
Well, I mean, that is why we're here.
I am a writer, and you're right. That is a kind of being an artist. And so I'm going to roll us back all the way to my childhood. I did not love to write when I was a child. Oh. What I loved to do was read. So reading was a big part of my life. When I read books, even though I was usually reading books about fictional people who were made up, I loved reading stories about different kinds of people and different kinds of lives, including science fiction and kids who lived in a colony on Mars, but also kids who lived where I lived in New York, kids with divorced parents, because my parents were divorced, and I like being able to see myself in a book. And it took a long time, but eventually all that reading made me want to be a writer. And I knew that I wanted to write, I would say, by the time I was in high school. But I did not become a writer right away. Well, so my story then goes into law school. I became a lawyer before I became a writer. And the reason for that is that I did not think I had permission to be a writer.
Oh. Well, now who gives out that permission?
Who gives out that permission? That's a really good question. The answer is you have to give it to yourself. Aha. I didn't know that. I thought that people who were writers had been told by other people that they were already good enough or they had a special gift, and that it was more about other people telling you that you could do something, in my case, be a writer, but it could have been something else. But what I learned, finally, after I was a lawyer, after I was married, after I had my 2 children, I learned that if there's something you really want to do, it's your own self that has to give you the permission. So I started out wanting to write short stories, and I've spent a long time working on those. But I was working as a lawyer, and I had young kids, so it was something I did at night, not as my main job. So I gave myself permission first to experiment. And that experiment eventually led me to writing books for young people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, I did do a little research.
Okay.
I am a professional interviewer.
Yeah.
Now, I did read that your young child actually helped inspire you in a way to your career in writing.
Yes.
Can you tell us that story?
I was inspired by my child because, so here's what happened. I had been working on these short stories, and I never showed them to anyone. I never shared them or tried to get them published. It was sort of like my little secret, these stories. And I had them on this one laptop computer that moved around my apartment. And one day, my older son, who was about 4, pushed that laptop off our dining room table.
Wait, are you sure it was? That sounds like a cat maneuver.
A cat, we didn't have a cat at the time.
Oh, so-
I agree with you.
You couldn't blame it on the cat.
Cats
Oh no, Mom, it was
love-
the cat.
Yeah, cats do like to push things off tables. In this case, I believe it was my beloved son. But what happened was the stories couldn't be retrieved from the computer. Yeah, they were gone. And it was actually a terrific gift.
Oh.
At the time, it did not feel like good news, as you
Right.
can imagine.
Yeah.
Because you work on something and it feels crummy when you lose it. But what it did was release me from being kind of locked into those stories that I never showed anyone. And I had to ask myself, why are you doing this? Why are you writing? What do you love about it? And then I thought about my childhood reading and what it meant to me. And I thought, this was the time in my life where reading sort of became a big part of my life. And maybe what I should do is think about writing for that group of readers. And that is what I did. So pretty soon after that, I started writing my first novel. And so I've written 7 novels now.
Wow.
And 1 picture book, which is this book, Anything, right here. And yeah, so I've been going ever since.
That's amazing. And
Thanks.
so now you've been writing. Would you say they're middle grade books?
Yes, so I write middle grade novels. So they're not intended for teenagers. They're for children. And for me, childhood, as opposed to my teen years, was a really, really magical reading time. That was when, I don't know, my imagination kind of sparked to life. I loved being part of the world of books. And even though I still love reading, reading is still what makes me want to write. Even today, if I stopped reading books, I would never write again, probably.
But I do want to talk about the book that you brought, because this is your first picture book. That's right.
It's my first picture book.
Now that's exciting. So tell us a little bit about it.
So Anything is a father-daughter story, and it's about their moving day. So they're moving into a new apartment, and so Dad decides that because moving day can be a challenging day, not just for kids, but for adults as well, he decides to buy a little birthday cake for their new apartment. And he says it's basically the 0 birthday of their apartment because they're just moving in. And he tells his daughter that she can make 3 wishes. And when she asks what she should wish for, he says, anything. And that is where the title comes from.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I've been so rude. Right behind you is my friend and co-host of the show, Fernie. Can you say hello, Fernie?
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Sorry, I didn't see you there.
Yeah, he kind of blends in as ferns do. But Fernie, my apologies. Before we go, I want to give you the last question. If you've got a question for Rebecca, now's your time. Oh, right. Okay. So, sorry, I don't know if you speak Fernese.
Not very well.
Well, okay, that's fair enough. There's not a lot of good high schools that teach Fernese these days. No, what was your favorite book as a kid? You read a lot.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were asking.
No. Sorry. Sometimes my Fernese isn't that good either.
I love so many books, but since I'm here talking about a picture book, I'll tell you about a picture book.
Tell me.
I love the book Sylvester and the Magic Pebble.
Oh, yes.
By
yes,
William
Steve.
Steig.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Bye.
Let's show.